Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today I'm going to be taking a look at an incredible one-off collaborative album that was released in 1990 for the Legato Records label, featuring two of the greatest and most iconic guitar players of all time and two pioneers of the legato style of playing. And for me, these are two musicians who I not only have the utmost respect for, but I consider these two guys to be monster musicians and true legends of guitar playing. And for me, it does not get any better than these two gentlemen. And quite frankly, they need no introduction. I am talking about, of course, the one and only Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth, and this is their one-off collaborative album that was released in 1990, Truth in Shredding. So, Truth in Shredding is released under the name MVP, which stands for the Mark Varney Project, and the concept of this album came about when Mark Varney came up with a very clever idea to have Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth join forces to record an album that would showcase their shredding abilities and their guitar work. And as I said at the beginning, when you think of the legato style of playing, you think of Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth. It does not get any better than these two monster musicians. And they have an incredible band as well. We have Jimmy Earl on bass, Freddie Ravel on keyboards, Steve Tavaglione on saxophone and iwi, and Tom Brechtlein on drums. A killer band, and apart from one Frank Gambale composition, most of the tracks that are featured on here are Michael Brecker compositions, Wayne Shorter compositions, we've got a Randy Brecker composition, and we've even got Chick Corea composition. And what a treat it is to hear Allan Holdsworth playing a Chick Corea composition, especially as we all know that Chick Corea and Allan Holdsworth unfortunately never really got to play together, which I think, quite frankly, would have been absolutely amazing. Frank Gambale, of course, is no stranger to Chick Corea. He is best known for his legendary long association as a member of Chick Corea's electric band as part of the classic lineup with Dave Weckl, John Patitucci, and Eric Marienthal. So to actually hear Gambale and Holdsworth together playing a Chick Corea track doesn't get any better than that. So let's have a little quick look. So what we've got here is just some notes from Mark Varney talking about how he came up with this idea for this project to put Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth together. So, as I said, apart from one Frank Gambale original, most of the tracks are standards. So we've got Rocks by Randy Brecker, Humpty Dumpty by Chick Corea, which became a mainstay for the Chick Corea acoustic band, The Fall by Wayne Shorter, Not Ethiopia by Michael Brecker, New Boots by Frank Gambale, Anna Maria by Wayne Shorter, and Bathsheba by Michael Brecker. So a lot of the solos that you hear are predominantly performed by Gambale and Holdsworth, and Steve Tavaglione gets a solo on a couple of tracks as well. Jimmy Earl gets a solo on one track, and Freddie Ravel and Tom Brechtlein get a solo as well. So although this is pretty much the Gambale and Holdsworth show, this is very much a band effort, so everybody gets to really strut their stuff and showcase their abilities. And for me, this is an incredible album, very enjoyable, and a special shout out to George Levy and Eric Porter, who talked about this album on their incredible show for Fusion Friday, which, you know, led to me checking out this album once again. And I forgot how good this album really is. It's just absolutely fantastic. And this album is not what you call your typical shred fest. You know, A lot of the playing is quite laid back for Gambale and Holdsworth, but these two don't really step on each other's toes. They both give each other lots of space, and from my understanding, Frank Gambale oversaw most of this project, and Holdsworth recorded a lot of his parts as well in another studio. So essentially, you could say this is kind of Frank Gambale's album, and Allan Holdsworth is a special guest in some ways, but I don't look at it like that. I look at it as this is both their album, both of them showcased to the fullest and backed by a killer band. So I wouldn't like to say this belongs to one musician's album or it belongs to the other. This is pretty much a Gambale and Holdsworth collaboration, and it doesn't disappoint. If you're a fan of Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth, if you like shredding or you like legato style of playing, this is definitely an album worth checking out. So the standout tracks for me is Humpty Dumpty, Bathsheba, Not Ethiopia, Rocks, and Anna Maria and The Fall. But the whole album from start to finish is just excellent, and Holdsworth sounds incredible as always. Gambale sounds amazing as well. Everybody just kicks ass, and I think the standout musician aside from Gambale and Holdsworth, I probably would say is Steve Tavaglione. He's just an incredible sax player, and he thrives in this sort of environment. And it's quite amazing, really, when you look at it. Tom Brechtlein, Jimmy Earl, and Frank Gambale. These three musicians share one thing in common. They have all played with Chick Corea at different points. Frank Gambale and Jimmy Earl played together in the Electric Band for a while when Jimmy Earl subbed for John Patitucci. Jimmy Earl, of course, went on to become a member of the Chick Corea Electric Band too. Tom Brechtlein, he subbed for Dave Weckl and played with the Chick Corea Acoustic Band. So, these guys, although they didn't all play together with Chick Corea at the same time, apart from Gambale and Earl, they're no strangers to one another. And, as I said, that they all share that one thing in common. That's they've all played with Chick Corea. And Steve Tavaglione, he's played with just about everyone. And Freddie Ravel, he's a great keyboard player as well. But this is an amazing album. Not an easy one to find, but if you can, highly recommend you check it out. You won't be disappointed. And for me, it doesn't get any better than Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth. So there you have it. The Mark Varney Project, Truth and Shredding from Frank Gambale and Allan Holdsworth. Excellent stuff. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track from Truth in Shredding? Is it Rocks, Humpty Dumpty, The Fall, Not Ethiopia, New Boots, Anna Maria, or Bathsheba? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.